topic we want to touch on is a current event. It's a sad event. My man Stephen Boss, aka Twitch, took his life recently, and we definitely want, everybody at home. I feel like death in human life is not as important to a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes in and it goes. You know what I'm saying? So take some time, have a moment of silence and just think about the people that's in your lives and just cherish those moments, man, because you never know when those moments can be taken away.
Exactly.
You know
No doubt.
So,
No doubt. With that being said, I got this article from it's actually on IG from Baller Alert. It says DJ Steven Twitch Boss wife reported him missing after he left unexpectedly and wouldn't answer his calls. So it goes on to say, Twitch says, according to reports, the wife of DJ Steven Twitch Boss told police that she knew something was wrong with her husband when he quickly left their home without warning. Sources at LAPD told TMZ that Allison Holker stressed how out of character Steven's disappearance was when she reported him missing. She told the police that he left their home without arguing or communicating with her. After accompanying Allison back to their family's home, police officials searched the property for any video or clues regarding Twitch's whereabouts. Police were considering listing Twitch as a critical missing person after Allison was insistent on how odd his behavior was. A 911 call came in shortly after Allison spoke to police, who said Twitch's body had been found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head at a motel less than a mile from his home. It says, according to staffers at the motel, Steven checked in Monday morning with a small bag and booked just one night. It was not apparent that Steven was upset, and his body was found after he failed to check out by Tuesday morning. Whew.
yeah, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you got to talk to your family members too, man. And I'm pretty sure, and I think it's his wife, that he had a history of depression in some way, I believe. But talk to your family members, man, and just make sure that you're checking in on them and doing what you can for them and getting them help.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that lets you know, too, it don't matter what status you are in life. I mean, everyone goes through issues. Everyone needs that shoulder to lean on,
Right.
quite frankly. And you can hear from his wife. I mean, I saw in some clips that he actually was doing like some videos before, 24 hours before he did all that. So it was like, wow, you never knew
Right.
what he was going through at that time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you never know what anybody's going through, what anybody's mindset is, and that's what makes it so difficult to understand. I know he had like 3 kids or something like that with his wife, and his wife with 3 kids, and it's so what you leave behind. I think for me, that's the strength I get is what you would leave behind. Even though, I can go through something, and we all, everybody teaches on go through different things in different ways. But, for me, it's like, okay, I need to get as much help as possible because I know if this was to happen, what I would be leaving behind.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
No, I get it.
Yeah.
The just looking at it, it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? Like 40 years old and you take your own life. I had a discussion with my wife last night or maybe it was this morning. And I said, sometimes people say, oh, when somebody takes their life, it's a coward act and things of that nature. And I'm like, as you get older, you start to wonder, like, why do they do these? Why do people do this? Like, why do they take their lives? Like,
Right.
I had a buddy of mine's that was a singer or whatever, and he took his own life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This was, a few years back. And it's just like, you just ask yourself, like, what is burdening you? What is hurting you that bad? And she told me something. She said that, a therapist would come in to their office from time to time, and, she would talk to her, and she said that, no one knows what people are going through. And, that they're dealing with these things that are just like, it's hurting them every day.
Right.
And they don't know how to deal with it. So they feel like if they kill themselves, that pain is not there anymore.
Right.
They don't have to deal with it anymore.
Right.
So when they do that, but they don't realize what they leave, the pain that they leave
There
on
you
this
go.
earth
Exactly.
with everybody else.
That will hurt. See, that will hurt me more. Just like I said, even if I was feeling that way, the pain I know I will be leaving behind will, you know what I'm saying, will hurt me more than whatever I'm going through at that moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's the part. I mean, and everybody's different, of course, to each his own. I mean, everybody going through problems, but it goes to show you that, you know, it can be where you get up that high and you get on a level where, okay, I have to sustain this level. And if I'm not on, once this level is over, now what? What do I do? What else can I do? Or what? And then when you're struggling and when you go, it's like perseverance. And I think, bros, we was talking about it earlier. Like, it's almost like people, when you don't go through anything, or if you always had a silver spoon in your mouth, and then when something happens, you don't know how to cope.
Right.
You don't know how to deal with it. So that's when people start to go to other things, drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be, because it's a coping mechanism that they it's foreign to them, and they don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. It's one of them. It's unfortunate.
And then you think about it, man. Like I said, I was reading. Well, you know, of course, when somebody passes, like everybody starts to break down everything that happened before their demise. You know what I'm saying? So you start to see all these different TikToks and different IGs and all these different things. And you know, I was watching how when Ellen was coming to an end, you know what I'm saying, and she was just telling him how much she appreciated him and how much she you know what I'm saying, she loved him and things of that nature. And it's like, is that one of the things that kind of triggered him? Right. Because he didn't have, you know what I'm saying, he was relevant. He was always in the limelight on Ellen every evening or whatever time she came on. You know what I'm saying? Now that that's gone, like, how do you fulfill that void? You know?
And I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm gonna touch on that, but I wanted to say something else too, real quick, before we get into that part of it. But I feel like you know, we talk about people in the industry, and I feel like society today doesn't allow for people in the industry to share those parts of their lives, right? They only care about the glitz, the glamour, and a lot of course, the drama, right? They care about that, but they don't really care about the drama that's real. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if he had also been able to, like, express his that part of his life and how he's feeling, and not just the dance videos that he put up with him and his wife and stuff like that, show those vulnerable sides and connect, just like, you know, for instance, like with Travis Scott and how he talked about depression and stuff like that. Because there's some artists out there that can connect, and they have additional fans that are going through the same thing, and that might be able to help bring them up out of that, or encourage them to not, and to keep pushing and keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But also circling back to what you were saying, and him being on Ellen, and maybe he felt you know, not non-important, but that he didn't have anything
right.
kind of going
Exactly.
for him, right? So I was talking to Wifey about this earlier, that I'm not sure how much y'all follow like cryptocurrency and stuff like that, right? So there's been a lot, not a lot, but there have been a number of deaths connected to people in power who have cryptocurrency. And she told me that he being Twitch, put his entire life savings into a cryptocurrency, and it went belly up. So that could also
Be
right,
a trigger.
as men, right, we providing for the family,
for the family,
you know what
no
I'm
more.
saying, like you
And
put
then
all your
Ellen is
eggs in that
gone. So
one basket.
Ellen is gone. So he wasn't doing Ellen no more. So.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, as you continue to, like, now she told me this, I didn't even know about it. She told me, but as you continue to kind of dig into the story, more things come out, and it's like, man, you know,
That's crazy.
So,
yeah. I mean, like you said, the more and more you hear more stuff about the story, it's like, what was really going on in this brother's mind? But you know, also, as we talk about that, I was looking at somebody on TikTok earlier today. He's an influencer, and he was saying that, no discredit to our white males, our white brothers, but us as black brothers, you know what I'm saying, have to carry a lot of weight on our shoulders.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, if he lost all that money, if that's the case, allegedly, he lost that money, he's like, how am I going to take care of this family?
Right.
But I mean, hindsight 2020, most of these, these insurance companies they're not going to pay your family if you kill yourself.
No,
if
they
you
have
kill
no
yourself,
clause.
yeah.
They don't. Yeah, they
So
don't.
like you didn't really help your family by killing yourself.
Right.
So I mean, but needless to say, it's like it's a lot of stuff that he was masking. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be, like I said, up to 24 hours before his passing, he was doing TikToks. He was smiling. He was, you know what I'm saying? When he checked into the hotel, he was smiling.
Right.
But he wasn't smiling when he put that barrel of that gun up to his head and killed himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just never know what people are going through. And I know they always say check on your strong friends, check on your strong friends. Just check on your folks, period.
Right.
And
you want to know something? I had this discussion with my girls some time ago, and I was like, my brothers, especially my younger brother, he calls me every day. We talk every day. And he always he's always talking to me about something he's going through or something that's, bothering him. And I tell her it's not about me giving feedback. It's just about me listening. You know what I mean? It's like some people just want you to just listen. I don't need you to, give me no advice. I don't need to, you know what I mean? Because most people, okay, we grown. It's almost like, well, I think we had an episode was like, how people say, oh, what do I do about this situation? And it's easy to just say, get up out of it, just leave or whatever it may be. But some people just want you to just listen. I don't need you to, they already know what to do. It's all about, you know what I'm saying? They already know what to, just listen.
But in this case, you look at it as though this brother left.
Right.
Didn't answer his phone. Didn't call back. Didn't say nothing. Just rolled out. Right. So at what point you can't reach him?
And that's the thing. It's like, it goes back to, I think you was talking about, and it's like, it's hard when you said our black brothers, it's like we carry a lot on our shoulders. Far as I think people got to understand that we have emotions as well. And when you are the breadwinner, because he was the breadwinner on his family, he had to take care. He had so much on his plate that sometimes when it collapsed, now what? Now, how do I get up out of this? How do I keep providing my family the lifestyle that they've been used to?
Right.
And I think, and I'm just going to say, I don't know what was the dynamic of his wife and everything. That's what's so important about the wife coming on and coming. But he has to be that communication to his wife, though. You have to be open to that. And I think a lot of black people, not just like with our health, is with everything. We carry so much where we like, oh, I don't need to go see the doctor. I don't need to go, I don't need to go to, I don't need to talk to my wife about, I don't need to talk about my feelings to another man. Who is me to talk about my feelings to another man? I don't need to do that. And you have to start doing that in order to, I'm telling you, because mental health is real.
Yeah.
Mental health is real,
health
man.
is huge, man.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Jeez. You hit on some strong stuff right there.
Yeah,
Joe.
man.
Good
Yeah,
job.
man. It's, hey,
.
That's why, I mean, for real, that's why your partner is so important, man.
Yeah.
So important, man.
Yeah. Maybe I just keep fighting myself. Like, what was really, like, I'm looking at pictures of him, like, it's like, bro, what was you thinking about? Like, what was going through your mind? What was on your heart that heavy that you felt like you had to take your life? Like,
Right.
I don't know. Man, we're gonna pray for his family though, man.
Yeah,
and hopefully, they say time heals all wounds, but you can't get them back, but you just gotta cherish the memories that you have. And he definitely left a legacy and the memories behind for them to be able to watch for years and years to come. You know what I'm saying? So jeez.